Hey guys, Creeper here. This is the actual part 3 of the Direwolf20 machine tutorials. Well, really just mod tutorials. In this part, we're going to be explaining every single Buildcraft machine. They're not exactly Buildcraft, they're all thermal expansion machines because Buildcraft only right about now has power and a couple machines. But these are all from thermal expansion. This is Buildcraft. And that's it. That's the only Buildcraft thing in this, which is really funny. So, the first machine we're going to go over is the pulverizer. It will turn one ore block into two pulverized version of itself. And they each give you an ingot, so it doubles your ore profit. And sometimes you get this excess one right here. In the case of silver, it's lead. I'm not going to go through every single one of those. That'll be in the crafting episode. And then I got this chute from Buildcraft. I guess I would put it in. It's like a hopper, except it's a lot more compatible with machines, because you can input from any side instead of just the top. Although, like, if I threw my wrench in here, it doesn't accept items like that. You'd have to actually pipe them in. That's why there are pipes. This is a crescent hammer. You can whack these to change it from input to output, and you can shift click to completely break them. It even works with machines. You can change their orientation. I don't think you can do it with that, though. I'm not going to shift click that because there's a whole bunch of stuff. This is the powered furnace. It's just an electric. It's an electrical furnace. It says right there, very little energy to cook food. This is the sawmill. Cuts logs into planks and reprocesses wooden things. So if I grab a few things, let's grab like a chest, just a regular old chest, and some oak logs. Yeah, that's the one thing I didn't set myself up with. So if I just throw a chest in there, you'll see that I will get 8 planks back. If I throw in one log, which normally gives you 4 planks, I will get 4 planks and a piece of sawdust, which doesn't seem to be much of a difference. But with 8 pieces of sawdust, let's just let this work. With 8 pieces of sawdust, I can make something really quick. And I can use a special machine to do this. If I just grab another schematic. That's the one thing I didn't forget. That's another thing. Schematic. I need a schematic, whatever you guys want to call it. So this is the cyclic assembler. If I click this button and I right click here, like that, it says compressed sawdust. I put in a blank schematic here, click the check, this becomes a compressed sawdust schematic. If I throw 8 in there, it's going to automatically turn into a compressed sawdust using very little Minecraft joules. The water is there because if you want to fill up a cell, or there's a crafting recipe that requires a bucket of water, you can use that there. So there's that. I got another one here, just in case you were wondering. They all work. You can do anything with them. I guess they'd be kind of useful if you were just using, like, thermal expansion and you needed to make stuff. What is it doing now? Is it actually working? No, it's because it has something in there. Okay. This is the aqueous accumulator. It extracts water from the surroundings, like out of the air, out of nothing. It'll just produce this amount of millibuckets, which is 1/1000th of a bucket. It has a storage of 4 buckets. If you surround it in water, which I really can't do because I got all the wiring set up, this doesn't even need power. It will generate much more. This is the igneous extruder. If I put some water and some lava in here, I set it to cobblestone, it'll infinitely produce cobblestone and not use up any water or lava. If I set it to stone, it'll use up a bucket of water every time. If I set it to obsidian, it'll use up 2 buckets of water and 1 bucket of lava, as far as I remember. This is the magma crucible. It will burn, there's a long list of things. Cobblestone, stone bricks, cracked stone bricks, mossy stone bricks, netherrack, nether brick, and obsidian into lava. So that's a really easy way to get your loop of lava going. You can just use this also doesn't require power. Just get a little bit of water in here, a little bit of lava in here. Set up to this magma crucible. Use like recyclers and industrial craft with some solar panels to make scrap out of the excess cobblestone. and burn the scrap in a steam engine, power everything really easily. Next machine is the induction smelter. If I grab some sand, I didn't want to have this run early, so I'm going to grab a stack of sand and I'm just going to throw it in there and it's going to start to work. It smelts metals and things that require higher temperatures. It will produce 2 for each ore. So if you don't want to make the pulverizer, it processes ores and you can actually craft some really useful things using the induction smelter. Just can't exactly get into it right now. And if we let that run for a minute, I'll show you the next thing that it does. We already talked about this. This liquid transposer. If I put a bucket of water in here, click this, it'll put the bucket of water into here. This can hold 10 buckets. But if I click this again, put an empty bucket here, it'll give me a water bucket. That's basically that. This is the glacial precipitator. If I grab some water, I can show you both if I just grab water cans. Fill these up just a little bit. These should start to work if I set that like that. It's going to start to make ice out of 1 bucket of water. Or if we add a few more buckets of water and I take the ice out, it should use up a half bucket of water for a block of snow. And how much a bucket of water does it use for this? Also a half for 4 snowballs. So that's the glacial precipitator. Use the liquid transposer. If I set that like that, put that there, it's gonna poop out a can, give me this bucket of this 1,000 millibuckets, which is a bucket of water. If I put the empty can here, it's gonna fill back up with water. So it's a real use for it. These snowballs stack now because of this machine. This is the energetic infuser. So I'm not even sure what this does. Like, I don't know. At mod thermal. Oh, I think I put a space in, and that's derping it out. At mod dot thermal. There we go. At mod dot thermal expansion. So there should be like maybe the multimeter. I'm not sure how this thing works. So if you guys want to know, I guess I can pause and look it up. Maybe there's a wiki for this kind of stuff. So I'll be right back, see if I can wiki it. Hey guys, Ender Creeper here. And yep, I got it done, and I figured out what it does. Why isn't it working? It should work with the diamond drill. There it goes. Did you click? Why isn't it working? Ah! Do I have to give it EU? I'm just gonna give it an MFE really quick. On Batbox. I kind of sort of figured it out, so eh. Should totally. Oh god, that lagged me out really bad. Where's the single-use battery? Battery. There it is. Single-use battery. Slurp. So if I throw that in there now? No. What if I set it to nothing? Still trying to figure out how this thing works. Maybe I have to have an input here. And then to output here. I'll come back again if I can actually figure it out. Okay, I figured it out. It only works on power armor. Like, since these are full, they are just gonna pop right in back out. And I put the boots in. They had some missing energy. I'm guessing it takes a very long time, cause it's been like 6 minutes and nothing is coming out. So I don't know if it's a glitch. I suggest not using it. Just use your charge pads and some solar panels. It's really not that hard. So I'll see you guys later.